Hi and welcome back to our channel. Thanks for joining us again. My name is Kay. I'm going to be leading you through the exercises. We're going to have 3 rounds of 4 minutes of 4 exercises. So it's going to work out as 12 minutes of exercise. At the end of the rounds you can then rewind and repeat to make it 24 minutes if you want. We'll do a warm-up to begin with, a cool down at the end. In between each 4 minutes you can have about a 1 minute break, up to you. I'm going to leave it at about 20 seconds just for the video, but you can pause it and leave it for as long as you want. Let's get started. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's start with the warm-up. So stretching over, making sure you're not leaning too far forwards or backwards. Feel the stretch down your side. Then you reach out to the side of you. And then we're going to go down to your feet. Feel the stretch in your lower back, upper legs. Keep moving, don't stop and stretch, we'll do that near the end. Then we're going to bring our legs up and open those hips up. So you're just rotating it to the front and out to the side. Then we're going to switch directions, we're going to go inwards. Getting ready for squats and lunges that we'll be doing. Legs just over shoulder widths apart now, you're going to touch the ground, open your arms out, breathe in, breathe out. Feel the stretch in your chest, feel the stretch in your legs. Then moving over one leg and over the other leg. As I said, we're not going to stop still at any time, we're just going to keep moving. Try and keep your knee behind your toe and one leg straight. And then pushing out to the side. Again, making sure your knees don't go in front of your toes, making circles in front of us. Feet together now, and then rotating your arms backwards, and then we're going to go forwards. Now comes the tricky part, so we're going to do one arm forwards, one arm backwards. And if you feel comfortable, we're going to go the opposite direction. Bringing your knees up to your chest and back down again. And then step, 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 knee up. Again, stretching the glutes, stretching the hamstrings. Getting everything moving, getting the blood to the muscles that we want to use. So in front, tap the floor, through the legs. Up to the sky, in front, tap the floor, through the legs. Keep it moving. Again, you feel this in your back, in your legs, in your shoulders. One last time, and then breathe in and breathe out. Let's start with round 1. The first exercise is going to be walkouts. So you're going to be walking your body forwards into a plank position. Hold that plank position, and then coming back up to your feet again, walking your hands towards your feet, standing up into a straight position. We've got 3 minutes 40 on the clock because it's 40 seconds of exercise, 20-second break. At the very end, you can take as long a break as you need, so just keep the clock running if you want. We're 10 seconds into it now. Walking out, walking back in. You'll see the time for your exercise to one side, and then the time for the overall amount of time left in the round is at the top corner. So in this video we've got 3 rounds of 4 minutes. So keep stretching up. That's time. Okay, so our next exercise is going to be skipping on the spot. If you want, have a real skipping rope and do it with a real skipping rope. If you don't have one, do it like I'm doing and pretend. Make sure you're using your hands. If you want, you can hold weights in your hands and make it a little bit more difficult. And let's go. So this is round 2 of 4. So it's quite quick rounds. Just keep jumping up, rotating the hands. If you want to make it more difficult for yourself, as I said, grab some weights, and you can also jump even higher in the air. You're doing well, keep breathing. Not long left now. Keep rotating, keep jumping, keep breathing. If your hands get tired, then just shake your hands out to the side of you and then get back into it again. And that is time. Well done. So our next exercise is going to be burpees. So going down, jumping your legs out behind you, jumping in and standing up in the air. With all of these exercises, as I've said on other videos, you can make it easier for yourself if it's quite difficult, and you can do everything statically. And we're off. Another option is to do this off a box, off a chair, off the stairs, and use it as a raised platform, and slowly try and decrease the platform that you're working on. You can even break the exercise down and jump your legs out and then just stand up rather than doing the jump up. Keep breathing through, keep everything nice and tight. You're doing really well. This is exercise number 3 of 4 now. Not long left. And we are finished. Well done. 1 round left and then you get a big break. So the final one is jumping jacks. Jumping your arms out to the side, up in the air, legs out to the side as well. An alternative to this is stepping. So you'll step your feet out and step your feet back in again, bringing your arms up and down as you go. If you have some weights or some bottles of water, you can grab them to make this a little bit more difficult for yourself. All these rounds that we're doing today are cardio based exercises, so you can always increase your cardio. If at any point you feel tired, you can always have a little break and then jump straight back into it again. We don't want you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable to do. You're doing well, keep it going. Not long left now. So in the final 10 seconds, jumping in and out. Brilliant, I'm starting to sweat now as well. Well done, round 1 complete. How do you feel? So round 2, we're going to start off with a plank. So you can do this off your elbows, you can do this off your wrists, whichever one you feel most comfortable with. And the time has started. So just hold the plank, breathe in, don't let your bum come too high. If you need to, have a little break. You can build up to the 40-second mark. You don't need to go straight into 40 seconds. The goal is to keep it nice and tight. You might find that you start shaking a little bit. Just concentrate on your breathing, filling your lungs, letting the oxygen go to the muscles that need the work. You're doing so well. We're nearly at the end. Close and relax. Well done. Very good. Okay, so exercise number 2 is going to be nice squats. If you want, you can do this with weights as well to make it a little bit more difficult. So going down as low as you can, making sure your knees don't go in front of your toes, dropping your weight backwards, pushing through your heels. Pushing down and back up again. If you want this to focus more on your quads, bring your feet in together and have your feet facing forward. And that's time, well done. So next one, broad jumps. You're gonna throw your arms forward and jump as far forward as you can, and then jump around and go back again. Not got long left now. And go. So So this is round 3. You're doing well. Round 3 of round 2. Your legs might be starting to feel it a little bit here. Just keep jumping forwards. Use your arms to drive your body forwards. Push your hips to help you go as far forward as you can. Keep breathing, keep pushing. If you want to make this more difficult for yourself, really bend your legs low and go into a squat before you make the jump. And hold some weights in your hands as well if you want to. If not, do like me, little baby jumps. Go as far forward as you can. Brilliant, well done. One exercise left, and that is push-ups. So you can see I'm doing this off my knees. This is one alternative you can do off your knees. You can do it off a wall, off your chair, off a box. You can also do it off your feet to make it more difficult. Up to you. Do as much as you feel comfortable. So we're going up and down. Keep your core nice and tight. You want a nice straight line going from either your knees like me or from your feet all the way up to your shoulders, going down to the ground and back up again. Breathe in and breathe out as you're doing it. As I said before, don't do anything you don't feel comfortable. And we're nearly there! Well done! That's round 2 complete. Brilliant. Okay, round 3, final round. We're going to start with plank rotations. So you're in a plank position, and then you're going to bring your arm up to the ceiling and back down again. Looking at your hand, keeping your core nice and tight. So with this, keep breathing throughout. Have your legs slightly wider than you would in a normal plank, and that gives you 3-point pivot. You can also do this off a raised platform if this is quite difficult for you, off a wall, off your bench, anything that you have available. Nearly done? Finish, well done. Okay, so next exercise is going to be Russian twist. Sitting down on the ground, you're going to be rotating your hands around behind you, looking at the hands. If you want, you can lift your legs like I have in the demonstration, or you can also have your feet on the floor. Additionally, to make this slightly more challenging, you can have a weight in your hand and you're twisting the weight around behind you as much as possible. If it's quite difficult for you to get onto the floor, you can do this off a chair. So have the chair, sit down on it, go slightly off balance so your feet are off the ground, and then do this exact exercise. And slowly you can decrease the platform you're sitting on. You're doing really well, keep breathing. Keep your core as tight as you can, pull your belly button through to your back. In the last 5 seconds now. Well done! Okay, so that's 2 exercises down, 2 to go. So exercise number 3 is going to be high knees. So running on the spot basically, trying to bring your knees up in line with your hips every time. I have my hands out to help give me a guide of where my knees should be going. I advise you to do the same, but otherwise you can have your hands by your side. If this is quite difficult for you, then start in a stepping position. So just step your knees up as high as you can. By bringing those knees up, you're engaging your glutes and you're using these muscles to work. If you want, you can start off with a little run and then go into a step and then a little run and then into a step. You decide. Keep breathing through everything. You're doing really well. This is exercise number 3 of round number 3. Keep breathing. I know this one's tough for 40 seconds. 5, 4, keep it going. Well done, you've finished. Okay, so the last exercise we can do is speed skaters. You're going to be bringing your leg behind you and tapping your knee down to the ground, not too deep. You can do this step. So rather than jumping it backwards and forwards, you can step behind you. Again, keep your core tight the full way through. You're doing really well, keep it going. Stepping backwards, bring your leg behind you. You don't have to go down too low or back too far as you feel comfortable. You can hold some weights in your hands if you want. Speed it up to push yourself a little bit farther if you want to. Under 10 seconds left now, keep it going. Doing really well. This is the last exercise of the last round. Finished! Well done, very good. How do you feel? Let's move on to the cool down. So now this is your point to rewind and complete again if you want to make this 24 minutes. If not, join me in the cool down. So I've started rotating my shoulders backwards and then we're going to go forwards. Bring your one arm up behind your head and letting your arm drop behind you. Just place your hand on your elbow and push it back a little bit. This is stretching your triceps. Don't overstretch at all. Just go as much as you feel comfortable. Feel like you're pushing your back, then bend your knees a little bit. Bring your arm in front of you and twist out and look behind you. So now we're twisting your shoulders and your back all at the same time. And do the opposite arm. And rotate round. One arm up in the air, bending over, and then up in the air and over the other side. Don't lean forwards or backwards. Bring your arms in front of you and pushing forwards, looking down to the ground. Leaning all the way down to the ground, tapping the floor. Bring your legs slightly wider than shoulder width apart and twist around over one foot. You'll feel this in your lower back now. And then twist out over the other foot. Back into the middle. And slowly standing up. Keep breathing throughout all of this. Last thing to come up should be your head. Bring your feet together again. And one toe pulls up to the ceiling. You're going to lean forwards. And then bend forwards all the way, trying to get your nose to your knee as much as possible. And then switch over to the opposite foot. So my weight goes onto my bent leg. My other leg is straight. And again, my toe gets pulled up to the ceiling. And looking down to the ground. Coming back up again really slowly. Last thing to come up is my head again. Legs shoulder width apart. Bring my arms behind me. If you can touch your hands, then touch your hands. If not, then have your hands just wide apart. This is stretching your shoulders and your chest. Have your knees slightly bent. Legs nice and wide apart now. Coming down with my elbows, I'm pushing my knees outwards. You should feel this stretch in your groin and your legs. Then come up high and twist one shoulder forwards. And you'll feel this go into your lower back. And then we're going to switch over onto the opposite side. Coming back into the middle again. Bring your legs slightly wider. We're going to repeat what we did in the warm-up, but this time we're going to hold the stretch. So one leg is straight, one leg's bent, making sure your knee doesn't go in front of your toe. You can even work your leg out further to the side to feel a bigger stretch. Leaning forwards, slowly working your feet in together. Your knees can be bent at this point if you need to. Now you should bend your knees and slowly stand up again. You'll feel the stretch going into your lower back. Coming to a full standing position. Now we're going to stretch the neck, so try and get your ear to your shoulder on one side, over the other side, leaning forwards, and then looking up to the ceiling. Again, don't overstretch your neck at all in any way. Breathe in, up to the ceiling, breathe back out again. We're nearly done. One last time, breathe in, and back out. Very good.
Thanks for joining me. How do you feel? Hopefully your arms and legs are all pumped and ready to go. So, if you liked what we did, then please subscribe to our channel. You'll get weekly updates when we upload videos. We're going to try and put some shorter videos on as well for those of you that may not have as much time to do the full workout. Please keep an eye. Let us know if you've got any comments, got any questions. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for joining us. See you again soon.